9 dark sides of a Scorpio that scare people away. The Scorpio zodiac sign is a complicated sign. At their best, Scorpios shine brightly with passion, magnetic charisma, and unwavering honesty that many admire. However, like all of us, they have their dark moments too. Sometimes their intensity can be a bit suffocating and overwhelming for those around them. Let's dig into a deeper learning of this water sign and explore 9 dark sides of a Scorpio in this article. 1. Scorpio uses suspiciousness as a tool to protect themselves, but becomes the sword severing any relationships. In the labyrinth of emotions, where each zodiac sign possesses its own unique chamber, Scorpio's chamber is dimly lit, guarded fiercely by shadows of doubt. It's often said that Scorpio is the most suspicious of the lot, harboring trust issues that run as deep as the ocean. Each whisper in the wind, each sideways glance, and every half-hearted smile is caught in their intricate web of wariness, as if looking through a magnifying glass. They scrutinize every action, every word, questioning the loyalty of those around them. This intense scrutiny, while protective, can sometimes take on a sinister form, edging towards paranoia. The hidden cost of Scorpio's relentless suspicion is a path paved with loneliness and misunderstanding, especially pushing them into a solitude they hadn't wished for. 2. Scorpio always presents a mystery and secretive presence to the outside world. There's probably no more secretive astrological sign than the Scorpio. Ruled by Pluto, the cold and mysterious specializes in spreading fear. Scorpio weaves a web of secrecy around them that can feel as unnerving as it is hurtful. Beneath their poised exterior, they hide a maze of thoughts, emotions, and motivations that only they're privy to. Even if they share pieces of their thoughts, you'll never be able to guess their next move, because they do everything in silence. This comes from protecting their own feelings from a crippling fear of vulnerability and emotional security that prevents them from opening up. The need to keep their emotions hidden away, locked in thick walls of defense, often leads to miscommunications. Sometimes it's a deep reminder that the deepest wounds are the ones we inflict upon ourselves in the name of protection. 3. Scorpio pulls strings from the shadows and manipulates your every move. Scorpio's deep understanding of human nature, born from intuition, becomes a double-edged sword. On one side, it gives them a unique insight into the motivations and weaknesses of those around them. But on the other, it fuels a propensity to manipulation, driven by a desire to insulate themselves from the pain of disappointment. Once holding these insightful weapons, Scorpio unseen puppeteers deftly pull the strings from the shadows, constantly molding narratives and bends people and circumstances to their will. All for the purpose of fortifying their defenses and in the name of self-protection, ensuring that they always have the upper hand. Yet the very act of weaponizing understanding carries with it a heavy burden, because the very mechanisms designed to protect them can also erode the connections they seek to protect. 4. Scorpio's realm of love is a minefield of jealousy and possession. When it comes to love, Scorpio becomes fiercely possessive, guarding their romantic bonds with a vigilance that borders on obsession. They become acutely sensitive to the nuances of their partner's interactions. Even the slightest diversion of their partner's gaze toward another can ignite the maelstrom of insecurity within them as the Scorpio psyche wrestles with a fear of replacement. Thus, anyone encroaching upon their romantic territory is instantly deemed a threat, awakening the green-eyed monster of jealousy. Their reaction often drives them to exert even more control over their partner in a bid to safeguard the exclusivity of their bond. It can create a tumultuous combination of dominance and devotion, inadvertently forging chains rather than bonds. 5. With Scorpio's extremes, there's no middle ground. It's either love or grudges. In the combination of passion and emotion, Scorpio stands at a tragic protagonist, fluctuating between the rapturous highs and the abysmal lows. When they're in love, they plunge into the depths with an enthusiasm that few can match. Every heartbeat, every whisper, every touch becomes a sacred testament to their commitment. However, their world, painted in the stark contrast of love and hate, tolerate no shades of gray. The same heart that once loved with unabated passion can turn cold and vengeful. Betray a Scorpio, and you awaken a force that is relentless as it is merciless. Their stinger, laden with venom of their hurt and rage, emerges from the depths, ready to strike with a wrath that can be both brutal and terrifying. 6. The more deeply and intensely a Scorpio loves, the more they hold hatred and revenge. Forgiveness, that gentle balm of human frailty, finds little purchase in a Scorpio's heart. Because betrayal isn't just an act for Scorpio, it's an unforgivable sin. They transform, not by choice, but by instinct, into the embodiment of vengeance, holding on to grudges with a tenacity that time and reason often fail to erode. Scorpio might seek revenge as the balm to soothe their wounds, but its healing touch is but an illusion at times. Regardless the revenge that Scorpio metes out, the world continues its dance, undeterred and unchanged. Instead, what Scorpio unknowingly trades away is the serenity of their souls, the quiet harmony of their inner world as they journey down this path of retribution. It's a poignant irony, for in seeking to balance the scales, they sometimes unsettle the delicate equilibrium of their own well-being, sacrificing the treasures of mental tranquility for the fleeting satisfaction of vengeance. 7. Scorpio is stubborn and nothing can change their minds. As a fixed sign, Scorpio sticks their ground and maintains their integrity, acting as a sturdy anchor in the ever-shifting tides of life's complexities. This unwavering sense of determination, while it might seem commendable at first glance, often becomes a noose, strangling their relationships and making the Scorpio the infamous stubborn. Once Scorpio has made up their minds about something, changing their mind is a difficult challenge. They find themselves entrenched in their positions, unwilling to bend or adapt, especially disliking compromise. There is a reason why they risk isolating themselves from new perspectives and the chances the world has to offer. Their obstinacy can stoke the dramatic fires of conflict and dissent with those who dare to challenge their viewpoint, even singe the very bridges they wish to cross. 8. A domineering Scorpio gets power hungry and craves to be on top. In the realm of the professional, Scorpio emerges as a remarkable force, often taking the helm and steering the ship with an authority that few can rival. This dominance is not born merely out of ambition, but rather an innate desire to control, to be the mastermind behind every operation. While such a drive can lead to unprecedented success, it also paints Scorpio in dramatic, often unfavorable shades. Their colleagues and subordinates might perceive them as overbearing, even tyrannical. Scorpios, with their insatiable hunger for power and control, sometimes bulldoze over others' opinions, deeming them inconsequential against their own. This can lead to a stifling work environment where innovation and creativity are stifled under the weight of the Scorpio's oppressive reign. It's an intricate dance of power and dominance where Scorpio, with their laser-focused vision, often risk blinding themselves to the broader spectrum of possibilities. 9. Scorpio's libido overshadows genuine, intimate connection. Scorpio, ruled by Pluto and Mars, is often hailed as the Zodiac's most sensual sign. But with this sensuality comes a double-edged sword, a deep well of lust. And within the confines of their intimate chambers, Scorpio possesses overwhelming force that sweeps partners off their feet with an intensity that is both magnetic and at times unnerving. In the pursuit of the ultimate physical connection, Scorpios may find themselves trapped in a cycle of transient relationships, where the pursuit of pleasure becomes an end in itself, rather than a means to deepen an emotional bond. The consequences of engaging in sex without love can manifest in growing senses of emptiness or dissatisfaction, even after the most intense and gratifying encounters. This can lead to a disconnect between Scorpios' emotional needs and their sexual desires, making it challenging for them to find fulfillment in either sphere. The dramatic hunger for pleasure might overshadow the need for connection, trust, and understanding, which are the cornerstones of a loving relationship.